Vanda, and this actually does have a catalyst and is moving around in 13. I'd love to get your opinion on this. On Friday, this happened after the market closed on Friday, the FDA approved Vanda Pharmaceuticals Bysanti tablets, a first-line therapy for the acute treatment of manic or mixed episodes associated with bipolar 1 disorder for schizophrenia in adults. So we got positive data there. The stock is holding higher here through the weekend by about 40%. We'll go back to the chart here in a sec. Quick peek at the short interest, 5.66% of the float shorted with 4 days to cover. On average, the stock trades 1.8 million shares. Today, it's done just shy of 7, and the float is about 57 here. Here's a look at Vanda, ticker VNDA. 13, what do you think here on this one?
Well, this company has plenty of cash and revenue. They've also got a number of other things that are going through clinical trials. There's quite a few, actually, at least 8, I think. They've got 8 different clinical trials going for various drugs that are in phase 3 right now, and 6 that are in regulatory approval, including the Bysanti one that you just mentioned. That's 2 of those trials that are in regulatory, that just got regulatory approval. So this company's busy. They've got a lot of money and they've got some revenue, but they're still losing cash on a quarterly basis. But their runway is a pretty long one. So I don't think that they have any risk of raising or needing to dilute shares today. It doesn't seem like that's something that they would have to do. They have plenty of cash and they have a lot of short-term investments. As far as the chart goes, there looks to be resistance at about 840 at this stage. We tried to capture that level earlier this morning. Could not get it. Came back in slightly underneath the VWAP, touched the 65 EMA, which I currently have as support, and we're trying to come back up towards 840. So those would be the 2 support and resistance areas. 840 really does stand out, and you could even draw a trend line here if you're feeling spicy from the $9 high on Friday through the high that we made this morning. And you'll see that we attempted to break over this trend line.
Which high? Should I do the 7 a.m. one or the 8:45 one?
I used the 7 a.m. one.
Okay. So we had that little wick right through it, but we didn't have a close above it. Got it.
Right. That attempted breakout there, that didn't work. So just need to wait and see if we're going to end up getting that breakout over this trend line or if we're going to back test that 65 EMA again. But those are the resistance levels. That's what I'm watching for. If we get this break over the trend line, be looking for 840 to take us higher.
Okay, and one more thing. We do, in fact, have a fair value gap that was created by the after-hours action on Friday. It's going to be about $6, right up to the $7.53-ish. This gap is unmitigated, so I know we came back in here in the pre-market. I actually drew this drawing from the bottom of the candle here from Friday, so the pre-market candles that kind of tested this held above it. What I mean by unmitigated is that we didn't actually have a trade down into this gap. So I would imagine, especially with this trend line that looks like it's trying to force us lower, I wouldn't be shocked if we traded back down into this gap. I also added a horizontal ray here. This was from a previous area. I don't necessarily want to call this a break-in structure, but an area here right around $7 to keep an eye on nonetheless. And also keep in mind that 65 EMA, that's going to be in the top area of this fair value gap. So if the stock price comes in and holds at the 65 EMA, to me, this is a pretty good setup to try for a long trade here, depending on where you get it. And then I would obviously set your stop accordingly. Generally speaking, we would put the stop beneath the bottom of the fair value gap, but with this being a fairly large one, you would want to adjust your stop to in accordance with your own risk profile. But Vanda looking pretty interesting here. This one I will definitely be looking at here today, 13.